I haven't really noticed.
Oh, come on. You've got skills. I'm sure you know talent when you see it.
Actually, I'm quite impressed.
Yeah, I thought you might be. I'm completely self-taught, you know. Picked up a sniper rifle when I was 10 and never looked back. Always thought it was smarter to hit my targets at long range. I mean, why take chances, right? Besides, I had to come up with every trick in the book to survive the Capital Wasteland.
What were you doing in the Capital Wasteland?
I was born there. Lived underground in a place called Little Lamplight, with a bunch of other kids. Left there when I was around 16. We kind of had a policy there. No adults. When you were 16, you packed up and left. I know, it sounds crazy, but having adults around was something we couldn't trust.
Pretty brave. A bunch of kids living alone like that.
I don't know. Looking back on the whole thing, I think we were just lucky. Anyway, when I hit 16, I ended up wandering the Capital Wasteland for a while. I took the odd job here and there, but things were pretty hot with the Brotherhood of Steel running the show. So I hitched a ride with a caravan and made my way north until I ended up here. Made a pretty decent name for myself before I heard that the Gunners needed some sharpshooters. Biggest mistake of my life. They were animals. Killed anything that moved if it got in their way. I went with it for a while because the caps were good, but I don't know. I guess it started to catch up with me. So I quit, which pretty much brings us to now. So there you have it. My whole life in a nutshell.
That's an interesting story.
Interesting or not, I felt like you deserved to know who you were traveling with. Look, I know I tend to be a pain in the ass. I know I tend to be arrogant and I come off like I want to be alone. Nothing could be further from the truth. Being alone scares the heck out of me. And now that we've been traveling together for a while, I'm beginning to realize how much I missed having someone I could depend on. I just wanted you to know that I'm going to do everything I can to see that it stays this way. Well, that's all I had to say. Hope you got something out of all that. I know I did.
The traders here are no better than slaves.
Baddest man in Nuka Town.
Bastards.
What can I get for you, my friend?
What have you got?
The medicine you need to set yourself free. I've got chems of all kinds for you, boss. Just tell me what you need.
Just looking.
Hey, no problem.
You see that crazy robot dressed like a bottle?
But if you can do the job, they'll take care of you.
I remember all the great articles in Cat's Paw.
Looking to chill out or get fired up? Either way, I got what you need.
General Goods
If you're wearing a collar, it's because you asked for it. Ain't no one's a slave that don't want to be.
Oh, hello, boss. Congratulations on taking out Coulter. I'm, sure you'll do great.
Still trying to figure out if I even want this gig.
That's understandable, but whether you want it or not, the job is yours. Sorry I'm so nervous. I didn't mean any disrespect, boss. I just don't know where I stand with you, and I don't want to end up pissing you off. That, and well, I'd be lying if I said we weren't all wondering how you plan to run the place. I mean, this is your show now. You can do anything you want. You can run Nuka World just like Coulter. Business as usual. Or you could, well, you know, get rid of the Raiders if you don't exactly agree with how they're running the place.
Well, I admit, I didn't like being roped into this job in the first place.
Then this might be your chance to make some changes around here. Gangs that call this place home are already at each other's throats. Now, you could risk your own neck and try to keep them from tearing each other apart, or you could do the right thing and put them in the ground. When it's all said and done, you're still running this place from your fancy house on the mountain over there. Except now, you won't have to sleep with a gun under your pillow.
have to kill all of them?
No, of course not. If you're serious about this, then you'll have to take down the leaders of the gangs. That means putting a bullet into Nisha, Mason, Mags, and Mags' brother, William. Once you do that, the gangs will collapse and Nuka Town goes back to being a free trading post. I should, probably stop talking about this out here. Just keep what I said in mind. Anyway, I'm the closest thing to a doctor around here. I treat everyone, raider, trader, or traveler alike. Got some medical supplies too. Looking for those.
A doctor? How did you end up in this place?
Well, it's a bit of a story. I used to live at a settlement west of here. We got hit by Coulter and his gang back when he had one. It was a tough fight. We killed some of theirs, they killed some of ours. They were wounded on both sides, but nobody could get to them. I called out for a ceasefire on the condition that I'd see to their injuries as well as ours. Saved a few lives that day, including Coulter's. When he set up this place, he came back for me. Said if I came along, he'd make sure his guys wouldn't hit our settlement again. Now this place is my home. Anyway, anything I can do for you? Treatment or supplies?
Gonna pass.
Very well.
Fresh flowers. What brighten this place up?
Hey, boss. Gotta admit, it was good to see Coulter go down. He scared the hell out of me. Gave me nightmares.
What was he like?
In a word, violent. The other raiders might also tell you that he got a little too comfortable in the position. In any case, he wasn't someone whose bad side I ever wanted to be on. Just like I don't ever want to be on yours.
I'm not planning to give anyone nightmares.
Thank goodness. I'll sleep a lot better having you in charge. So, what do you think? About running Nuka World, I mean. Figure it must be a pretty tough job, keeping all these raiders in line.
I didn't choose this. I was just trying not to get killed by a maniac in power armor.
I guess any one of us would have done the same thing in your situation. Well, I'm sure you've got more important stuff to do than talk to me. Or were you here to pick something up?
What have you got?
A little bit of everything, really. General supplies, some components, that kind of thing. So, what can I get for you?
Sure, let's take a look.
Right away, boss.
Wasteland's a dangerous place. Arm yourself with a quality
Just here to pick up
right
some
here.
supplies, boss.
Feel kind of bad for these traders, having to wear the collars like that.
Well, well, look who it is. Are you here to grace my humble market stand with your presence, oh great boss, sir?
Lose the attitude, or lose something a lot more valuable.
Sorry. I know you didn't ask for this. It's just hard not to be bitter, you know? We do all the work, then the gangs reap the rewards. Pretty sweet setup, at least for you. But I guess it doesn't really matter what I think, does it? As long as I'm wearing this collar, I'm no better than a slave.
Yeah, but you're a slave with all his limbs still attached. For now.
You're right. Life is wonderful. Thanks so much for opening my eyes. Now, if you need guns or ammo, I'm the one you talk to. And before you ask, yeah, everyone pays. Even you.
Don't need anything today.
All right.
Don't worry about me. I'll stay in line.
The guy selling chems is
Hi.
Found some pretty good stuff while I was out on the road. Interested?
What have you got?
It changes every day, to be honest. But I try to keep a good mix of weapons, supplies, and trinkets. It's a decent bet I've got something you want.
Let's see what you have.
Three rival gangs in one place and they're not killing each other? Never seen anything like it.
Hey there, boss. You really laid a beat down on Coulter. That was something. Guess that means his big plans for the park died with him.
How about you tell me about these big plans, and I'll decide if they're worth pursuing.
Whatever you say, boss. Back when Coulter first took over, he had big ideas. And he made some big promises. His plan was to get the power plant back online and light up the whole park, making it easier to conquer and safer for all of us. We could have done it too, but things changed. Slowed down. Coulter stopped pushing, stopped caring so much.
Why'd he stop caring? Did something happen?
Some of the gangs were guessing he got too comfortable, but I don't really know. Well, I'm just a trader, so I know my opinion doesn't count for anything. But I still think it's a good plan. Hell, I might even give those poor bastards out in Dry Rock Gulch a fighting chance.
What poor bastards are you talking about?
Back when the raiders took over, some of us, the traders who were here before, I mean, got away. Last I heard, those folks were holed up in Dry Rock Gulch. They're probably struggling. If they're alive at all. You think you'll follow through on Coulter's plan? Get the juice flowing again?
You seem pretty well informed about Coulter's plans.
Well, yeah. Coulter needed my input on getting the power plant running again. I'm sort of the unofficial chief handyman around here. Or as close as we've got to one. Guess you could say I've got a vested interest in the plan to get the power back on. Speaking of which, do you think you'll see it through? Coulter's plan, I mean?
Coulter had the right idea. I just might finish what he started.
I hope you do, boss. Truth is, I've dreamed about that day more than once. Not sure why, really. Maybe I've just grown attached to the place. What with all the work I've done on it. It sounds funny, I know, but I think Nuka World is something really special. I think she deserves to have her lights shine again. And just imagine, at night you'd see it for miles around. Folk would talk about it. They'd come from all over to shop in the market. That's a lot of caps for you and the gangs.
How long have you been here?
Been about 20 years now, I guess. For better or worse, Nuka World is my home. Gotta get back to work here. See you around, boss.
Came a long way to see this place.
Hey there.
Need something, boss?
Can I ask you some questions?
Go on. Let's get it over with.
Anything you want to talk about?
Do you ever wonder why people can't just solve their own problems? It often feels like they're just hanging around, waiting for us to show up, and ask if we can help them.
Just curious what you're thinking.
And I was just thinking about... You know what? Never mind.
That was all I had.
Let's get back on the road.
Nothing else for now.
Then let's get back to it.
Excuse Excuse me.
That synth could be out there on his own. I hope you can find him quickly.
Pistols, rifles, grenades, and every other kind of weapon you need.
I'd bring my kids here someday.
Hi.
For all the
Sure. Yeah, I'm here to trade, but I'm not letting my guard down for a second. The raiders keep talking about bloodworms. I hope I never find out what those are. I'm not looking for trouble, just some good deals.
Supplies of all kind for your journeys across the Commonwealth.
This place really makes me want a Nuka-Cola.
Sure, we carry guns, but knives are where it's at. It's not fun unless you're up close and personal.